What is up, my children, my babies, my lovelies? Y'all know I ate that. It's okay. It's okay to admit it. It's okay. You hear the vibrations. Anyways, welcome back, my children, my babies, my lovelies. It's your girl, Muva J, in the building. You already know what's up. We're on episode 18, so we're almost done with the season, y'all. Okay, we got 20 episodes. I think I want to do like 20 episodes. So we almost done with the season. Your girl is back. She's back working. And I know you just heard a little sniffle right there. I don't know if you can hear my voice, but I'm a little sick. It's a change in seasons, child. And here where I'm living right now, literally it be -4 degrees one day, and then it's high 111 degrees, the highest I've ever seen in my entire life. Right now, it was just like 93 yesterday, and now it's like 70 something. So the weather is just all over the place, child. And my nose and my throat cannot take it any longer. So instead of sipping on a good glass of wine today, we're going to be sipping on a good glass of tea. All right. Green tea to be exact, with a little bit of emergency in the inside. Okay. So let me take a little sip for the throat. Ooh. Feels good. Feels rejuvenating. Hold on. One more. Period. So, anyways, y'all, I'm so excited to come back with this episode because, oh my goodness, first of all, we have so many updates, so many things going on. I know that y'all saw that I just recently posted an episode after not posting in 2 months, child, but I'm back. I'm locked and loaded and I'm ready to go. If y'all, based off that last episode, y'all already know I've kind of been going through some things, been going through the motions of life, child, but we're back at it. We're back at the swing of things. And it just makes me so happy to know that the last episode is receiving so much love. The podcast was receiving so much love while I was gone, child. Okay. It was running up downloads on the listening streams on Apple Music and on Spotify. And that makes me so happy because I was giving up. I was feeling defeated. But not even only that, I was having some personal things going on. I opened up to y'all about my job and the things I was allegedly facing at my job. And I didn't really go into depth about it because I told y'all I can't really go too much in depth about it because we got lawyers involved, okay? So, but we're definitely, you know what I'm saying, building a case. We got a case going on, okay? Another sip to that. Hold on. Anyway, yeah. So we can't go too much in detail with that, but wish your mother good luck on all of that. And in the meantime, we're going to continue on with this podcast, y'all. Now, today, this episode is going to be about celibacy. Now, I told y'all last time that I was going to be a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was going to be a little bit more open on my podcast. I was going to be opening up to y'all, getting deeper with y'all, because I feel like that's what y'all want. Y'all want to have these real deal chats. Like, we don't got time to be talking about the surface level stuff. Let's get into the real deal. We can talk about surface level any other day. Let's get into the nitty gritty. And the nitty gritty we're going to be getting today is celibacy. Am I going to be celibate forever, child? Is celibacy meant for my life, child? Is this what is celibacy? What is the importance of this word? Why are people so scared to talk about celibacy? Why am I celibate? Why am I now admitting that I'm celibate? I'm scared that I'm celibate. So many celibacy, so much of the C word. Let's get into it today because I think in this generation right now, people be so scared to talk about celibacy. It's like a forbidden word, or it's like you celibate? Like, why you not out here? You know what I mean? Like, you know, like what? I just want to talk about the depths within celibacy, why it's important, but also too why it's so forbidden in our generation today. So let's get into it, child. So first of all, I want to start off by saying, I'm scared. I don't even know. Look, here's the thing, and here's the funny part about it. I'm over here making a podcast of why we scared about talking about celibacy, and I'm scared about saying I'm celibate. Not celibate, child. I can't even say the right word. And I'm over here scared to say that I'm celibate. Or I'm on my celibacy journey. Let me say that. I'm on my celibacy journey, okay? I'm over here scared to admit it. Why am I scared to admit it? And that's why I'm like, I want to be able to sit down and have this podcast with y'all in real time because I feel like it would be fake of me to be like, I'm celibate and here's why everybody should be celibate, or I'm celibate and here's why, and everything's just going great in my celibacy journey. Like, no, that's faking me. Everything's actually not going great. And I have some very lonely cold nights. Sips to that. Okay. Mm. But I want to be open and honest because if there's anybody, any of my children that's actually going through the celibacy journey or are finding reasons as to why they feel like they want to go celibate, and you know what I'm saying, like whatever the case may be, like trying to get down to the nitty gritty of the why they want to choose that route. I want to be able to let you know that, girl, you are not alone. Boy, you are not alone. Whoever, you are not alone. Trust me. And it's real time, real day. It's okay to have them cravings. Like, you know what I'm saying? You went from doing something to completely canceling it out of your life for a particular reason. We don't know why, but that's what we're going to get into today. So, first of all, I just want to open up and just say, I am on my celibacy journey. Why am I nervous to talk about this? Like, what's going on? Anyway, I am on my celibacy journey right now. I've been on it for about, let's just say, 8 months, 9 months. Let's round it up to a year. Let's make myself feel better. Let's round it up to a year. Yeah. So I've been on it for about a year. Nah, but I've been on it for about 8, 9 months. And I'm not saying it's something that I want to do forever, but I had my particular reasons as to why I wanted to be celibate and why I just wanted to take some time. And truly, I feel like a lot of people, the reason why sometimes some people be scared to admit that they're celibate or that they're going on a journey of celibacy is because of the fact that, like, people don't be doing it for the right reasons. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like either it's because you're not doing it for the right reasons or because you're embarrassed because we're in such a sexual world and everybody is trying to make everybody out to be sexual beings, or it's so cool nowadays to be out here going at it when it ain't everybody. It's so cool to have sneaky links. It's so cool to have this, that, and the third. And I just want to say this right now, just because somebody's in their celibacy journey doesn't mean that anybody's better than anybody. Because I think that's another reason as to why some people may not want to admit that they're celibate, is because when you're telling other people around you, people might think, oh, you think you better than me? Or you think you holier than thou? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, definitely not. That's why I said we need to start normalizing it to let people know, trust and believe me, I'm not holier than thou, baby. I may have had my devilish ways, and that's why I might want to go into this. Who knows? But I definitely don't think that I'm better than anybody in the room. But what I will say is that I am learning more self-control, and I may have more self-control than anybody in that room at that point. You know what I mean? So I want to dive deep into that. And so, child, yes, I didn't walk into my celibacy journey. And the reason as to why, I'm telling you right now, y'all, I would have never, look me deep in my eyes, I would have never thought I would have been saying these words, child, because I don't know. Let me walk y'all down memory lane. Okay, boom. So here we go. With me and my sexual journey, or whatever the case may be, child, I didn't really start being sexually active until very later in my life. And there was a reason as to why I did. A real reason as to why I kind of took my time with, having sexual intimacy with people is because of what I've seen in my past with my family. So I didn't really lose my virginity really until I turned 20. I waited until exactly when I was 20. No, but for real though, I didn't lose my virginity until I was 20. And for some people, that's like, oh my God, that's so late. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And to some people, that's a reasonable time. You know what I mean? I feel like right now we're just in a place where, like, sex is just really, really normalized that people don't really know how exactly to go about it. And it's such split actions. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, to get back to the story, child. Basically, I didn't lose my virginity until later on in my life, which was 20 for me. And in my generation today, that scene is very late. You know what I mean? 20, what was I? 20, I was in college. So I walked into my college years as a virgin. And a lot of people around me were not virgins. And so it was crazy because it was like I was embarrassed to admit it. And I was just like, why am I really holding it back? I should just let loose, get wild. And I had boyfriends at the time too, and my boyfriends are like, come on, what we doing? What we doing? What we doing? You know what I mean? Like it was just, you know what I mean? But then I also experienced a lot of like people wanting to be with me because I was a virgin. So it was just a lot going on, a lot of identity crisis, child, just a lot going on. But the real reason as to why I wanted to wait was because, and don't make fun of me for my reason, but y'all know I've opened up to y'all about the fact that I have a young mom. I have a young mother. My mother had me at a young age. My aunt, she had her son at a young age. Child, everybody I've been with had their kids at a young age. Okay. And it was so normal around me because my mom's friends had their kids at a young age. My aunt's friends had their kids young. Like I was around everybody that was highly fertile. Okay. I was around a lot of people who were having kids at a very young age. And for me, seeing the struggles that my mother went through, just seeing her, doing it all on her own at a very young age and still trying to balance being in her 20s and still trying to have a good, healthy lifestyle while also trying to take care of three girls. Like I seen the struggle and I didn't want that for myself. And I guess I was scared because I was just like, okay, I don't want to, because people are very highly fertile around me, I don't know if I might pop out a baby tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I keep these legs closed, tight, locked, and loaded until I feel like, okay, maybe if I have a slip up, I'll be, whatever. But what also, and another thing that really also got to me too was the fact that like everybody was having kids at a young age, but everybody wasn't in that right mindset. So people weren't taking care of their kids. And that's just what I was around. I'm not going to say that that's the normal because I'm so blessed and happy to say that once I got to college, I really realized that there are people. I don't know how to make this sound right, but I want y'all to understand where I'm coming from. I came from a very humbling background where also too that I did see a lot of single mothers. And I think it didn't take for me until I moved fully into Atlanta to Georgia and when until I got to college that I realized, okay, there's a lot of people who have a two-parent household. There's a lot of people who are living very well. Like once I got to college, I really realized that a lot of people were living in a great space financially. And I didn't come from that and I didn't see that. So I didn't know. So that was also a lot of reason as to why I was like, let me hold my cookie bag. Let me keep this cookie in a cookie jar and screw it on tight. Because I was like, I don't want to have a baby at a young age and also have to do it all on my own because he's not mentally prepared and ready and I'm not mentally prepared and ready, but I know that I'm going to stay here and stick beside my kids. You know what I mean? And so it was a very difficult mindset. It was a lot going on in my mind. It was all I saw. It was all I knew. I don't want to necessarily say it was a poverty mindset because I don't regret losing my virginity at 20. But I also will say that it was behind a lot of fear as well. I didn't go into it with the right, you know what I mean? Like I guess you could say like the godly way of going into it. So once I hit 20, and I had me a little established boyfriend at the time, I was like, yippee-ki-yay! Like, I was like, yeah, I'm 20. You know what I'm saying? I passed the age that, my mom, did her doings or whatever. So I was like, perfect. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Did my thing, 20th birthday, girl, right when 20 hit. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm laughing now because I'm like, it's hilarious. But I had a lot of self-control. And in my virginity journey or virgin journey or whatever the word is, child, y'all know I'll be stumbling on my words. Drink to that, child, because y'all know I be trying to find the right words to say because I'm like, I know I'm educated, but I just can't say the right words. But anyway, in the time that I was a virgin, I realized that like I had so much more self-control and my boundaries were set and I knew what I wanted to do. Even if I wasn't even holding my virginity for the right reasons, I just had my boundaries were just secure. I was secure within myself. I knew what I wanted and I was attracting the right men. And I was like, dodging like all the little boys that try to talk to me that were not talking about nothing and who were only trying to talk to me for this, that, and the third, or for this look, for this, that, and the third. I was like, boop, 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 get away, bow, bow, bye, 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 bye. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was not having it. It didn't, it didn't, nothing fueled me. You know what I mean? And because I didn't know what sex felt like, I definitely wasn't fueled by sex. So you really had to come to me with something. And it's sad that I even have to say that because it's like back in the day, men always had to come with something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sex wasn't even in the picture because you had to come with me established. You had to know your who, what, when, where, why, and how you want to be with me and how we're going to flourish together and how you're going to be there for me financially and how I'm going to be there for you financially, emotionally, whatever the case may be. Like how exactly we're going to work this out together. Like that's how it was back in the days. And I feel like now it's like, he fine, he sexy, he cool. Hey, he from East Atlanta. I don't know. But anyway, it was just like, oh, he fine, he cute. You know what I'm saying? He got a little money. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. You know what I'm saying? He might be the one. And it's like, what is he really bringing to the table? And I realized that when I was a virgin, I was really looking at true qualities. But not even only that, I was learning so much about myself and how powerful I was within myself and the self control that I was building within myself. I was like, okay, it's just us against the world in this life of sin. I was like, okay, period. Like, I can do this. You know what I'm saying? And like, men were really coming to me with something. And remember what I said earlier, that people was literally like only like, oh, like once they figured I was a virgin, they hype. You a ooh, like, and I was like, it started becoming like I was a fetish too. So I also had to dodge the people that like only wanted to be in my life just to take my virginity. You know what I mean? Like it was really, really weird. So anyway, long story short, lost my virginity with my boyfriend, made sure I had a stable boyfriend. I was in a good relationship at the time, whatever. And part of the other reason why, and we just being transparent here, you know what I'm saying? We just being transparent. Part of the other reason why I knew that I needed to just hold off is because I knew, granted, I had self-control during that time. But if I'm just being 100% honest with y'all, I knew that once I break that self-control, I'm going to go wild. And I had to really sit down and understand like how true was my boundaries that I was setting for myself. Like, was I just all in a daze and I was like, oh yes, I got the power. I got the power. Like I could tell him no and just hold my, you know what I mean? Like I really did think that I had it down pat, but I always knew in the back of my head, okay, you know what I'm saying? Once I lose my virginity, I was, why am I saying it like that? Hold on, wait a minute. Let me hold back now because I ain't trying to say it like I was just out here willy-nilly because I was not out here really willy-nilly, child. If you know me, you know the cookie was still locked and loaded, but the cookie definitely, you know what I'm saying? You know what? I ain't even going, you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't even need to know all that because all y'all need to know was that the boundaries just weren't boundary. Okay, they weren't bounded. The boundaries just weren't bounded as they should have been, or as I thought that they were. Okay, but I was still safe with it, but I didn't know my self-worth or my self-value. Like I lost that. And I had to ask myself, like, how true was it in the beginning when I thought that I had it when I was a virgin? I'm like, was it really true? Like, or was it just something that I just, you know what I'm saying? Was it just something that I could just walk around and say that I am and that I have? And you know what I mean? Like, why wasn't I able to keep those boundaries within me even after I lost my virginity? And so, long story short, after in that time in my life when I broke up with my boyfriend, we were done, and I just kind of did whatever. I was I was taking part of the society sneaky link. You know what I mean? So now I'm in the sneaky link phase, and you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And it's just like, what was I getting out of any of that? Nothing. Once I got that little taste of what I had, I was like, okay, period. Like, okay, period. Like so this what y'all was saying? This what y'all was talking about? Oh, okay. One thing I can pride myself on the fact is that I wasn't just out here doing things with any and everybody, because one thing I can say is that I still stayed smart while I was at it, but I definitely tested my boundaries a lot, and I should have stayed focused and I should have stayed firm on the things that I truly believed in. And I definitely bent them a lot because somebody was talking to me nice in that moment. You know what I mean? And so I encountered a lot, and y'all know I've been open and vulnerable to y'all about why I even went on why I even went on my cleanse of just like dating and taking a step back off of dating, because I just realized that I literally was just talking to people because they was fine, cute, and they was an athlete, and they was like, you're not surface level things, just really, really surface level. And I'm just being 100% real. And I think right now, even talking about it, I'm like feeling a little sense of embarrassment. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm like, damn. But I'm like, no, like, what am I being embarrassed to? Because I know that I'm talking to somebody. I know that we're all humans here. You know what I mean? Like, we are all humans. We have all made mistakes. And I think it only takes somebody being real and upfront for other people to admit their wrongdoings and to know, okay, you know what? She's being real about it. So can I. So can I understand that I wasn't really being firm with my boundaries as I should have been. You know what I mean? And so I was accepting the bare minimum, the surface level with a lot of men. And just getting out of the men realm for a second, let's talk about me. The things that I was accepting as in like, okay, I had to go deeper into like, why am I bending my boundaries for that person? Why was I so willing enough to go against the things that I believed in? And a lot of that came from a lack of clear communication. How much was I really communicating with myself? You know what I mean? How much was I really keeping it true and honest with myself about what I really wanted? Because once you keep it real with yourself, like I just said, once you keep it real, you're able to admit your wrongdoings and to know, okay, I don't want to do that again because I know that that's the outcome of those things. You know what I mean? And so a lot of times it came from too, like, people willing to push my boundaries to fulfill their own needs. And I saw that a lot within myself because I was always so willing to be like, okay, I'm going to do this for this person to make this person feel good. And I wasn't even fulfilling myself. Like, how exactly is that fulfilling me at this moment? How exactly what am I getting out of this interaction? Jack Diddley Squad. Okay. What about my needs? What about me? What Effie said, what about how I feel? What about what's best for me? What about me? Like, what? I had to understand that outside of sex, I had some deep rooted things I needed to fix. You know what I'm saying? In my relationships, in my friendships, like why I was able to willing to be like, F what I got going on, or F what I, had to do today. I'm gonna go be with this person. I'm gonna go do this with this person. If this person needs my time, I'm gonna go do that because for what? You know what I mean? And then I always left empty. I always left empty. I always felt like, okay, what am I getting out of this? You know what I mean?